In 2017, that's when, I made my decision. The title of the book is going to be Africa, Magufuli and Change. Why? Because he was the first that I've actually seen to say, I will not go to UN, I'll stay behind. Ladies and gentlemen, when I was doing the Magufuli studies, I was very much impressed to see that during his tenure, he has never gone out of Africa. Something which is very rare with a lot of African presidents. The presidents I know is that they have high appetite for international travel. But JPM said, no, I will not go out of Africa. I'll stick to Africa. I'll never go out of Africa. I told the audience in Malawi that I haven't been convinced yet by any other leader at the moment. Bring them here so that they should kind of, convince me with a what? With a business case. Magufuli knows like what, my heart, touched my soul. He was, a super genius when it came, to that. I made, my decision that I'm going to write this book about, JPM. I'm not trying to discredit, anybody, but I'm trying to be so real. Right? Why? Because when you are in the office, all right, there is that high appetite of, misusing public funds. We're not supposed to do that. We need to be cautious about, public funds. The case of honor, Magufuli wasn't, an economist by profession. He wasn't an economist by profession. He studied something that is different. I'm a development economist, but what he actually did was beyond a development economist. One of the key roles of a leader is to make economic decisions, and Magufuli was very good at that. So we thought of publishing a book that is going to be a model, because we've actually taken him as a model, as an example, right? So we had to make sure that we write a book of a character which has got no any blemish. I think you understand me there, right? Sure. So when we were doing the Magufuli studies, we actually saw that the positives were on the higher side as compared to the negatives. We said, now we are good to go. We can move on. The guest of honor, one of the chapters is called Leadership Sankaraism. Leadership Sankaraism. I have to confess that when I was doing the Magufuli studies, I discovered one thing. It is very difficult to differentiate Thomas Sankara and John Pombe Magufuli. I could understand our historian when he was mentioning of, dictatorial aspect at some point. The common denominator for Magufuli and and Thomas Sankara was what we call methodical madness. Methodical madness. You may want me to define methodical madness in this case. I'm going to define it through exemplification. Methodical madness is when you tell the people that don't publish, don't put the portraits in the offices. We are all Sankaras. Isn't that methodical madness? That's methodical madness, isn't it? Yeah, methodical madness is when you say, no, I'm not going to UN summit. I'm not going to Manhattan. We'll only send 4. When the rest have packed their bags, ready for departure at Julius Nyerere International Airport. Isn't that methodical madness? That's methodical madness. What is methodical madness? Methodical madness is the art of doing your things or making your decisions in a way that challenges the status quo. That's methodical madness, right? Yeah, fine. So Sankara and Magufuli had this methodical madness. However, the book ends with a chapter which says, in search of a new Magufuli. But prior to that, let me just answer one question which I received, my guest of honor. One of the executives, said, okay, fine, but Africans don't like reading, so why are you spending a lot of money in, in this publication? Africans don't like reading. Then why do you spend much money in this publication? Then I said, yes, I know. Africans don't like reading, you may say so. But, well, I'm just devoting myself to this publication because if I don't write, then who else is going to write? Well, there comes a time whereby you don't mind how much you're going to spend. When you are publishing, it's worth spending for. So I didn't mind, how much I'm going to spend because I knew that what I'm actually publishing is worth publishing for.